Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. And as you can see behind me, it's a cloudy day here on the allotment, and well, it's warm with a slight breeze. Well, it is autumn after all. What's the old fool on about now, I hear you cry? Autumn doesn't start until the end of September. Well, there's a story to tell, of course. So I hope you're sitting comfortably with your cuppa and your feet up, because here on the allotment we're going to talk all about autumn. The things you can sow and the things you can grow. The wind's up, and that means only one thing: the flag is flying high. I hope you enjoy the show. Well, I'm laughing because I've got to get this right. It must be the 20th time I've filmed this. There's a word in here I can't get right. And the more now I film it, the more I can't get it right. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. However, let's take a deep breath and just look at my lovely raspberries. Aren't they amazing? And they're turning red. The more you pick, the more the others go red. And well, it's apt, isn't it? Because we're talking about autumn. And I'm in my autumn top 2. Now, why do we here in the UK have 2 dates for autumn? We have the 1st of September, which I've already mentioned, and we know it's autumn because, well, the season is definitely changing. It's getting colder, the days are getting shorter, and well, things are changing. Even the leaves now are starting to go, all of those beautiful reds and oranges that they have. In fact, here's a photograph, look. This is off one of my little trees. Isn't it beautiful? The colours, absolutely fantastic. And the trees know, of course, that it's autumn because they start doing that to their leaves, and the leaves start dropping because the trees now know that winter's coming, and they need to just preserve all of the food that they need to get them through this period when we could have snow or rain, all the things that actually could harm the tree. So they keep it inside all of that food. That's why they drop all the leaves, to preserve their energy for next season. Fascinating. Anyway, let's not talk about trees. Let's talk about why the 1st of September. Well, it's based on the meteorological, hey, not bad, eh? Meteorological calendar. And that is the same every single year. It's always on the 1st of September, which is fantastic. A little bit of history for you. We have nowadays the Gregorian calendar, and Pope Gregory in 1582 decided that the one that they've been using, based on the one from Julius Caesar, the Julian calendar before, was actually out of sync with nature itself. And they looked at it, they worked on it, and they worked out actually that at that time, 1582, October, that it was out by 10 days. So he decreed that the new calendar would start on the 4th of October 1582, and so they had calendars printed 4th of October, and the next day was the 15th of October, so they lost 10 days, and people were up in arms. And in fact, some countries didn't even want to take it up. If here in the UK we didn't take it up for almost 200 years. France did, however. So in that period we were 10 days out with some of the rest of the country and the rest of the world. Isn't it fascinating? 10 days out. But it still worked, and people did it, and eventually we all caught up, and we're all now all under that calendar. The other one is the astronomical calendar, and that's the one that's the 23rd or 22nd-ish of September. And I say ish because that's the reason, that's the one that we use, not for data collection, because it changes every year. That's why on the 1st it's meteorological, which means, of course, they can collect all the data exactly the same on exactly the same date every single year. Have I made it simple? It's quite complicated, really, isn't it? But we do know autumn has begun. Well, as I said earlier, it's a sow and grow time of year. So in here are the ones that I sowed the other day, and we've got lettuce, and sweet basil. Well, the basil that is got red leaves. So we've got lettuce here in this one. This is more lettuce, but this is individual lettuce. These are mixed lettuces, and already you can see the different colours coming through. And it's about a week they've been in here in the greenhouse in the plastic, self-watering of course because of the heat within that. And well, we have very slowly the basil coming up. I've never been successful really with basil, so I'll pop that there for the moment. And then these are my winter lettuces, and they're coming along too really nicely. And the thing is, when you transplant anything from these little seedlings, so these will have to be thinned out and put them into the individual pots, they do look like they're dead straight away. I don't know how it happens. Immediately it's like, I've got no water. And then of course a few days later they really do revive and they're looking quite well. And these are individual lettuces, so fingers crossed they grow into nice lettuces. Isn't it amazing? Well, I'm popping off now to my bench because I have some amazing photographs to show you. Not from me, but from a viewer. Oh, I do love sitting in this bench, and I don't do it often enough. Well, I haven't done this year. There's been that much to do. But look, this is my watering system, the drip feed one, and I have my timer on it. And, well, I'm showing this because in a moment we're going to go to Richard in Wakefield and look at how he's collecting brown water. Apparently, though, we are in a drought situation, but we're allowed to use these systems even in a drought situation. As long as there's a timer on it and it uses this sort of watering system, you are allowed to do that. But first of all, please check with your water supplier to make sure that they allow you to do this. Don't do it without asking. So I'm going to clean that up. I've not needed it this year because obviously my tomato plants here in the polytunnel next to me have the plastic bottles into the ground, and they've really been successful in that way. Right, enough of me and what's happening here. Let's go to Wakefield to Richard. And Richard, you sent me some fantastic photographs and I'm unbelievably impressed. It's just a phenomenal way of collecting water. It's such intricate, but possibly quite simple to do, and not degrading what you've done, Richard. But I'm thinking if some of my viewers out there might be thinking, oh, I can't possibly do that. You've done brilliant. You've put diverters into your waste from your bathroom, which is fantastic. And what you've said in your text, that this water then can be diverted when needed into your water butts. And then these water butts are linked to other water butts throughout your garden. And the water butts not only collect from there, you can collect rainwater, and if they top up, they've got a diverter system on those to another water butt, and we'll fill that up gradually. So the whole system is linked, and you've got diverter valves everywhere, which means is that you, as in this picture, can use all the things that we normally use from your hose pipe, such as your little watering system for your grass. So that's just brilliant. And how much do you think he collects? How many litres of water? I was absolutely astounded. So throughout Richard's garden, he can now collect with brown water and rainwater from all over the place, 800 litres plus. Isn't that absolutely incredible? So Richard, I don't think you'll ever run out of water, because obviously as soon as it rains, it'll top it all up. You've got that much. You're utilising every single area that you can do to collect the water, and that's fantastic. Because don't forget, you'll probably not know, this greenhouse here next to me hasn't got guttering on, which means that I'm wasting such an amount of water every single time it rains, although I've got masses of roof space that is collecting water. So simple as that. Now, another intriguing idea as we move on from Richard, and again, Richard, thank you very much for that. Someone sent me a text saying, why don't you just put a bucket in the shower and you have a shower and collect that water? Well, I've never even thought about it, but it's probably a good idea, isn't it? Because you must waste so much water from the shower. So come on, everybody around the world, let's all get in the shower, not together obviously, but with your bucket or a pan or whatever you can get, and see how much water we actually collect. I'm going to have a go and I'll report back on one of the next shows. I can just imagine all these people with these buckets coming from downstairs. And whatever you do, be very careful, don't trip. It would be interesting though to see how many litres we can actually collect and utilise on your growing area, whether it's a patio or a windowsill. You'll be able to use that water. So, cheers, Richard. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Before I go, I thought I'd just quickly show you my Steadicam. If you've never seen it before, it's a plastic counterweight at the bottom with water in, and the camera goes in the top here. It's getting a little bit old now, it's almost 2 years old, and the plastic's getting brittle, but I do love it and I do use it sometimes. It really does balance very well. So as I say, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your input. Once again, thanks to Richard for that superb watering system. And are we going to try the bucket in the shower? Well, I look forward to hearing many more stories. We've got more to come in the next show. I have photographs and videos lined up from viewers out there. So if you send stuff in, I will get round to showing them, I promise. So thanks for watching. It's great to have you all on board. And don't forget, press the subscribe button. Come on and join the family here on the Yorkshire Allotment. Ta-ra for now.